Toy Story 3 was a very emotionally satisfying conclusion to one of my personal favorite film franchises of all time. Toy Story 4, Holding My Beer. Hello, my name is Colin, and today I'm going to be doing another video. This time I'm going to be doing a review. Today I'm going to be doing a review of Toy Story 4. Now, if you know me, I haven't really talked about it that much, but I'm a huge fan of the Toy Story movies. All three of them are so great. In fact, if you want to know my opinions on all of them, I love all of them, but I do written reviews on Letterboxd. If you type in Colin Snell Letterboxd, the page should come up where I did my most recent written reviews of all three Toy Story films, so check that out if you want. And rewatching them this week, I reminded myself how much I love this trilogy, or now quadrilogy, or tetralogy, whatever. And going into Toy Story 4, I did not have the highest expectations. When the film was originally announced, I was kind of weirdly off guard about it. Because to me, the third one ended in such a perfect way. I'm like, why would you do another one? You already wrapped it up in a little tight bow. Why even risk ruining that tight bow? But, yeah, so I just didn't really have the highest expectations because the third one was so good. And maybe some people argue that should maybe set the bar for the fourth one to be even better, but to me it just kind of meant, oh, another Toy Story movie. But the more I thought about it, it's like, I love all these characters. I can't wait to see more of them. So I was excited for this movie. I just wasn't hyped. Another problem I had going in was the trailers really failed to turn me on. I thought it looked cheesy, and I didn't really think much of the new characters in the trailers. And that's why you don't judge a movie by its trailer, because walking out of this movie, I freaking loved this movie. It was so good. And some people will be disappointed. I went into this movie with reasonable expectations, so I really couldn't be disappointed, even if it was only okay or pretty good. But no, I, really loved this movie. It's not as good as, Toy Story 1 or 3, but it's on par with 2, and it's one of Pixar's best films to date. It is really good. I mean, personally, the new characters, they all worked for me. Particularly, Keegan-Michael Kay and Jordan Peele's characters, Ducky and Bunny, really funny. I mean, so funny. And the antagonist, Gabby Gabby, also very great villain. Lots of other great characters. Duke Kaboom, played by Keanu Reeves. I mean, they were great. And I understand a lot of people are going to have a problem with this film's storytelling because this film has very low stakes and not too much consequences compared to the third one, which they almost freaking died in a huge fire. So I guess it's somewhat appropriate, but some people might not be completely on board with the safe story it's trying to tell. But what this film does right is it really serves the character of Woody. Because Woody has been the main protagonist from the very beginning, and he's trying to figure out what he's supposed to do in life in this movie. To me, the overlying theme of the entire film was purpose. What is your purpose in life? What is your purpose once your purpose is fulfilled? These are the type of themes that this film tackles, and the humor in this film really worked for me. It might not for some people, might come off as a little cheesy. That's fine. Didn't bother me at all. This film does have some flaws. Buzz Lightyear is specifically underutilized in this film. In the other Toy Story films, he's always had a clear arc where he progresses, and that's not necessarily the story that this movie is trying to tell. It's really doing story progression for Woody. He's the character that's developing here, not necessarily Buzz, but also a lot of the other characters kind of take a backseat. You know, they have a few scenes, some funny jokes along the way, but it's really meant to develop the new characters. Another character, Forky, played by Tony Hale, he was great. He was a spork that was made by Bonnie. They also could have called him Spoonie, so I guess they made a compromise on Forky, but would it make more sense to call him Sporky? It's worse, but, he's a spork, so it would make more sense if it's a fork, And all the new characters were great. The old characters, for the most part, were great. Bo Peep, I thought she really worked well in the story. I didn't really like her in the trailer, but I was surprised how much I liked her and Woody's journey in this film. And it tackles lots of dark themes. There's lots of great comedy and humor, a lot of subtle, like, adult references that a lot of kids aren't going to get. And overall, I had a really delightful experience with Toy Story 4. Not everybody's going to love this movie. Like, my best friend, we've watched the entire original trilogy growing up. We loved those movies as a kid. He went in with high expectations. He thought it was okay. He enjoyed it. Was a little bit disappointed. And that's fine. I respect his opinion, because this film is enjoyable at the very least. It's not for everybody. But personally, I thought it was a masterpiece for the way it handled its dark themes, great comedy, and just the character work in this film was done so well. It really gave Woody the send-off that he deserved. And I think that's what this film was going for. And for what it was going for, I think it succeeded. And I think I've definitely gotten better with rating movies on my channel. Because I can always tell when I love a movie a lot, but I always try to avoid giving a movie a perfect rating. I did this more specifically last year in 2018. There were certain films that were at the very top of my 2018 list, like A Star is Born, which I originally gave 3.5 or 4.5, whatever. But they're easily like a 4 to 4 stars now. Sometimes when I rewatch something or I think about it more, the rating just changes. But I'm not going to overthink it. I really loved this movie, and when it comes down to it, I get why these flaws could bother some people. The story might be a little safe for them. They might have wanted more consequences and stakes. But when it comes down to it, did the flaws bother me? No. I immensely enjoyed Toy Story 4. It is a very worthy conclusion to the Toy Story tetralogy or quadrilogy, whatever. And I never felt bored watching it. I loved it. On a scale of 0 to 4 stars, I'm going to give Toy Story 4 a 4 to 4 stars. I just really love this movie, and personally, it probably has my favorite ending to any film this year. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And if you want, let me know in the comments, what did you think of Toy Story 4? Did you like it? Did you love it? I hope it's one of those two. Thank you guys for watching, and I will hasta la vista.